Hi everyone, it's Gio for footgallbook.pro, and here are my picks for Week 6 of the 2010 NFL season. Now, a lot of you have emailed me and say, hey Gio, where are your picks? So I'm going to start waiting until Saturday now to post them. And I'm not worried about how many people watch the video. I just want the people who are interested in winning money to watch it. And there's just too many injuries to worry about trying to post these things on a Wednesday or Thursday. I think really, to be honest, I want to wait till Saturday, and that way I can look at all the injuries and see who's going to win. So this is why you're going to get these on Saturday. I've been talking about how in divisional plays the underdog so far is 21-5 against the spread. In other words, the dog is 21-5 in the 26 games, and they've actually won 16 of the 26 games straight up. So what I'm going to do is this week there's 3 divisional plays, and I'm going to take the underdog in all 3 of them. The first one is the New Orleans Saints at Tampa Bay. New Orleans favored by 4 points here. The Saints have no running game. Pierre Garçon is hurt, and so is Reggie Bush. And I think what's happening is everyone is just playing nickel defense on them, and they just can't seem to put up the points that they used to. Also, last year, cornerback Darren Sharper used to return a lot of interceptions for touchdowns. They're not getting that this year. Sharper hasn't played. I like Tampa Bay here +4. Take the Bucks, and I think they're going to win the game outright. The second division game is Cleveland at Pittsburgh. That's a big spread. Pittsburgh's favored by 13.5 points, and I know Colt McCoy is going to be playing for Cleveland, and Roethlisberger comes back for Pittsburgh. But so what? McCoy is a rookie, but Roethlisberger's probably pretty rusty. If you can remember what the Browns did to Pittsburgh last year in Pittsburgh, they thumped them big time. That's the game that they smashed Roethlisberger's head off the ground about 8 times and knocked him out of the game. I'm not saying they're going to win this game, but 13.5 points in a division game so far with the underdogs covering a lot. I'm going to look for the Browns to cover the 13.5 spread there. So take the Browns +13.5. And the third game is the Monday nighter, Tennessee at Jacksonville. All of a sudden, Tennessee is everyone seems to love these guys, but Jacksonville plays their division tough. A couple of weeks ago, they beat the Colts, and they take care of lousy teams like Buffalo the week before this week. And Tennessee, they have won 2 of their last 3 games, but if you can remember that game against Dallas was very lucky. They were outgained by 200 yards. It was more the sloppiness of the I don't know if I said Dallas. It was the Giants game, and then of course they just recently beat Dallas, who can't seem to beat anyone. They're kind of like the Vikings this year. I'm not liking the Titans. I'll take Jacksonville +4 at home. 2 more games. Detroit at the Giants. The Giants, it's another big spread, are favored by 10 points. Detroit are finding a way to just hang in there. I'm not saying they're going to win. They haven't won on the road in about 3 years, but they play everyone tough right now, and I think they've covered every game except that Vikings game where they were actually pretty close. The Giants are going to put up a lot of points, but so are Detroit. I'm going to look for a backdoor cover here and take the Lions +10. And the final game is I'm going to take my very first favorite, Indianapolis, 3.5 point favorites at Washington. Indy was banged up a bit the last couple of weeks. They lost a hard game to Jacksonville, but they always play them tough. And last week they ended up covering the spread anyways. Everyone comes back for the Colts. I think they're really healthy, and I don't think Washington has enough weapons to keep up with the scoring of Manning and all of his friends. I'll take Indianapolis, and I'll give up 3.5 points. I've got also 5 over-under picks for you very quickly. The New Orleans-Tampa Bay game. Like I said, New Orleans aren't scoring very much, and I think Tampa Bay is just going to be handing off the ball. Look for an under there. Atlanta-Philadelphia, same idea. Atlanta's really held opponents. I think they're ranked 2 so far in the league this year in points scored against, and I think that's going to be a lot of running in that game too. I'll take the under. Seattle-Chicago, don't see much scoring there. Seattle won't score very many points on the road, and I don't think Chicago will risk having Cutler throw the ball too many times, because they'll have Collins as their backup, and I don't think they want to risk another injury to Cutler. So take the under there. 2 overs here. We talked about the Detroit Giants game. I like a lot of points being scored there. Take the over. That's 44.5. And one more over is the Jets Denver game. That should be a scoring fest. Denver throws the ball a lot. Doesn't score as much as they should, but I think that's 41.5. I think they'll cover that number. Our suicide pick is going to be the New York Giants. Detroit will keep it close, but they just can't win on the road, so I think the Giants are a safe pick. I know a lot of you are probably thinking take Pittsburgh, but it's a divisional game. I don't like taking division games as my suicide pick. If you remember my article and my video about who to pick in a suicide pick, you can see that on my YouTube channel. Thanks for all the comments so far, and I hope this is the week that we start winning a lot of money. Keep sending me the emails. You can do so at gio@footgallbook.pro, and for the rest of my picks, go to our website. It's www.footgallbook.pro. You can read the article. I've got every other spread who I think is going to win. We're not betting on those necessarily, but if you're in an office where you have to bet against the spread, you can look at that. And I have also got my my pool picks as well. Okay, guys, let's take the man's money, and we'll talk to you very soon. Good luck. Bye-bye.